This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 325 times your entry with their Pick 8. Sign up using promo code GOLF SGPN to claim your special pick and your $200 cash in bonus cash. So Underdog Fantasy promo code GOLF SGPN. Also brought to you by Rhythm. Build your own betting models using the AI betting engine. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. The Sports Gambling Podcast is getting you ready for the college football season with their conference previews. Tune into wherever you get your podcast or the SGPN app. All right, we have a second tournament this week for you. For those of you who don't know, we have the Barracuda Championship live from the Lake Tahoe area. A very fun event and an event that you can watch in Pacific Standard Time while the Open Championship is done and you want some golf to watch. You got the CUDA to watch, and if you don't know, I'm just gonna do the Stableford thing. There's Stableford scoring this week, which means it's modified scoring. It's not going to be birdies and eagles -1, -2, or bogey is +1. It's going to be an event where you want to have you want to see the scorecard be a plus. So how it works when the Stableford scoring format is birdies are equivalent to 2 points, eagles are equivalent to 3 points, double eagles are equivalent to 8 points, and bogeys are equivalent to -1 points. Double bogeys are equivalent to -2 points. You can't make more than a double bogey. So guys will legitimately pick up their ball if they are out of the hole. So sorry, an eagle is worth 5 points. I might have said 3. So a birdie's worth 2, eagle's worth 5, a par 0, bogey's -1, double or worse is -1. I legitimately think I read that wrong or said that wrong because I am like, so it's midnight right now in Scotland, and I have been up for infinity hours the last 4 days, but I'm gonna go through that again. An albatross is worth 8 points, an eagle is worth 5 points, a birdie's worth 2 points, par 0, bogey -1, double or worse -3. So this par 71 plays around 7,500 yards. Seems long on paper, but it's going to be at altitude, which means the ball will just simply travel further, bring more guys in the mix. Like we see Ches Reavie play really well here on a yearly basis, and some short hitters get into the mix. But let's get into the DraftKings preview, talk about top of the board, talk about the entire board, who we could play in our lineups, who's going to be chalky, who's not. So EVR with Drew was the leader of this field at 10-9. So then we have 3 guys left in this 10K range. We have Keith Mitchell, 10-7, Mikey Thorbs, 10-4, and Sam Stevens, a very crazy 10-1. So I would, off the bat, I'm going to rank these 3 from top to bottom. I think Keith is the play up here. Mikey Thorbs, I don't think is a bad play at all. And then Sam Stevens. Mike Thorbs is actually very interesting. What are the people going to do? Because he was expensive last week for the first time, and he shit the bed along with Luke Lance. But Luke Lance isn't here, obviously. I think it's a great flop leg spot for Michael Thorbjornsen. Like, he got the monkey off his back after playing as he knew he was one of the favorites in that field. He knew he was one of the guys, and he shit the bed. So I think this is a great bounce back spot for him. And then Keith Mitchell. I love Keith Mitchell in every market this week, and simply enough, he's on another level of skill from this field. He truthfully is. He's better than everyone in this field. That's why he's the highest ranked player now that EVR is out. And I just love the fact that he doesn't have to worry about being 5 under par. He can just go out and make birdies, and bogeys are not going to absolutely kill him. He can make birdies. He is so high on the entire PGA Tour in birdie or better percentage. He might still be number 1. He was number 1 for a sizable amount of time, but I think he dropped out of the top 10 over the last month of the season. But he's going to make birdies. He's going to make it the eagles. He's long. He's hitting his iron so well, and he needs to pay off this elite ball striking season he's done thus far. So I like Keith at the top of this 10K range, and I think he's going to be chalky, but I think he's a safe play to finish inside the top 10 for sure this week. All right, let's go down to 9K range, talk a little bit. Taylor Pendrith leads the way at 9-9 all the way down to JJ Spawn at 9K flat. Definitely a very interesting range with some guys who will garner some ownership. I wonder what the state of the union on Pendrith is going to be because he hasn't been playing the best golf of late. He finished T72 at Rocket, T23 at the Travelers, and T16 at the US Open. It's okay, but he hasn't played since then. He's played this event before. He's finished 13th and 11th in 3 trips and missed the cut in 2023. But I mean, he's won an event this year. He's been playing pretty decent this year, and I like him to keep that up. I think Pendrith there's multiple ways to go about this course. You can be a bomber and really send it out there, and then from there make birdies, or you can take the Chesreavy route and hit every fairway and then make birdies from there. So obviously Pendy's going to go with the try to bomb it range, and his irons have been solid this year. You definitely do not mind him at his price. Let me zoom in again. I think a good fade is Mark Hubbard. He might, if he's going to do well, he's going to be backdoor. I don't think he's going to be really, really chalky. He's always chalky in these types of fields and these types of events, but he has decent finishes. He's got T10 and 4th and in 2022. So it definitely makes sense for Mark Hubbard. P-Raj finished runner-up in this event last year, 13th in 21 and 19th in 2020. And I like what P-Raj has done with the driver this year. He's really gained a lot of distance, which obviously will help him in any golf course. And it's like, will P-Raj ever win? Like, that's really what we're asking ourselves. But at 9,500, I think he could be a great second man in your lineup if you want to go one of these guys on top and then P-Raj, because people might skip Pendrith. People are going to click Hubbard. Oh, I didn't even talk about Sam Stevens. Too expensive. I know he somewhat makes sense, but it's not like he makes all the sense in the world. Sam Stevens coming off of a T57 at Scottish, T34 at the JDC. Why is he 10-1? It's a bit concerning why he's the price he is. Chan Kim, the next guy up. I think he's gonna get overlooked because he finished T10 last week with a backdoor Sunday round, T12 to the JDC. He's got decent ball striking numbers, but nothing insane. So I like Chan Kim to be a guy who's not everyone's clicking, but he has that really high ball striking upside. And this is a guy who won twice in a row in the Korn Ferry Tour. So when he gets going, he gets going. So I'm definitely down for some Chan Kim. Kevin Yu, absolute ball striking savant. You're gonna have to make a lot of birdies here. I don't know if I trust him to make all those birdies, but he's not really gonna make many bogeys, which is good. So if he can just parlay a few birdies together, maybe make an eagle, he can get himself in the mix. Neil Shipp, I definitely worry about his birdie making ability, although he's proven it here and there. I don't know what type of his ceiling is yet, and we've seen him miss the cut of the John Deere Classic at a high price. And then finally, Mac Meisner. I really don't think that he is a birdie maker. I think he's more of a difficult conditions, well-rounded golfer, but he's finished top 20 in his last 2 starts. So in this 9K range, P-Raj and Chan Kim are my favorite, followed by Taylor Pendrith. Let's go down to the 8K range. Before we get to the 8K range, talk you quickly about Underdog Fantasy. Pick 8 is now live. Create your entries with up to 8 picks, and Underdog Fantasy will automatically double flex it, so you can miss up to 2 picks and still win your entry. More picks to make and extra ways to win. The excitement is higher than ever. The best part, you can win up to $325 your original amount. Can't wait to use special picks and boost on this week. I'm going to be playing Open Championship Underdog Fantasy. I'm not sure if they're going to have it for Barracuda, but head over to sgpn.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, promo code GolfSGPN to see my picks and use that discount code to get your first time special pick plus a first time deposit offer up to $250. Code GolfSGPN. All right, 8K range. Let me scroll down a little bit. Adams Fenton leads the way. Oh, I totally skipped JJ Spawn. Sorry, JJ Spawn. I love at 9K. He's a birdie maker. He's trending in the right direction. He's playing good golf. He's hitting fairways. He's hitting his irons really good. JJ finished T10 here last year. He's a Cali guy. Love JJ. Okay, Adams Fenton. Adams Fenton is a guy who I always want when birdie making, playing out of the fairway, and strokes gain approach is high. He's underpriced in this field. I love Adams Fenton. He probably will be a tad chalky. Bo Haas at 8-8. Finished T6 in this event. I believe he was in contention for a little bit last year, but I don't really remember. Nothing really going from Bo Haas, but this is an event where I can see him being near the first round lead, and then outside of that, I'm not sure what to expect. Andrew Putnam, we're close to Andrew Putnam, Pacific Northwest almost, so that's the only reason I would go to Andrew Putnam. But then down here, I think Rico Hoy is going to be very chalky, and I totally skip. He is not a guy I want in objectively birdie fest, although this is not an event where I would say it is a birdie fest. If you're looking at the scores for, like, if you're looking at the guys' scorecards and adding them to around par, they're like minus 17 to minus 19 usually. It's not like a minus 26 event. It's going to say plus 45 on the winner's profile because it's the Stableford format, but it's not a real birdie fest. And then down, that leaves Nick Dunlap, Mike Kim, and Joel Damon. I really like Nick Dunlap. He makes a ton of birdies, and in an event where a bogey's not really going to kill you, I mean, birdies are worth double of what bogeys cost you. So I think Dunlap will just outperform that and really play well. Like, this guy knows how to win. He's been playing better golf of late, and he's a great price. Like, just a few weeks ago, what was it, the JDC or Rock? I think it was JDC after the Rocket. He was 30-1, super chalky, super expensive in DFS. So you're getting a good price on him now. 8K range. I like Adam Svensson, I like Nick Dunlap, and Ben Silverman. I think is a very safe play to make the cut, but I'm not sure what his ceiling is because might be more of a difficult conditions guy than a birdie maker. So I would prefer Nick Dunlap down here. Okay, 7K range. Why is Jake Knapp $7,900? A blatant underprice, and you know what you can get with Jake Knapp? You can get a ton of birdies in bunches and a high upside golfer. Like, he doesn't have the best results. Finished T52 at the JDC, T31 at the Rocket, but you know what you're getting with Jake Knapp. The approach play has not been great of late. A bit concerning. So it's just the upside you're buying with Jake Knapp, and it's a cheap price. Daniel Berger, he missed the cut at the ISCO Championship. He's missed his last 3 cuts. Missed it at the Rocket, missed it at the ISCO, missed it at the JDC. He was in the 10K range last week. Just off that alone, I don't think he's a bad play at $7,800. He's going to be super unowned. He's going to go over the radar. He's going to go under the radar. So I think he's a great pick down in the 7K range. Below him, there's some names that you could definitely take a look at. Matthew Neesmith made a run on Sunday, but which might make him a somewhat of a chalky pick. Throw in that he's played this event before, 2 made cuts in his last 2 trips. I'd prefer going to a guy like KH Lee, who hasn't done anything much, but he's a birdie maker when he's going well, and we know he can win. I'm not saying KH Lee is going to win. He's not in the best form, but he's played well in bad form before. He's won his main event in bad form before. So I'm down for some KH Lee at this good price. And then SH Kim, a golfer who will make birdies and he will make bogeys, but that is great in this format. So I love SH Kim. I love KH Lee, and I think Berger's a good nugget at the top of the 7K range. Down towards the middle of the 7K range. Let me scroll down a little bit. Middle of the 7K range. Come on. All right, Sammy Bairstow. Sammy Bairstow made a charge on Saturday of the ISCO, a young stud that plays over in the DP World Tour. He's definitely pissed he's not playing the Open Championship this week because he is a fellow UK man like I am this week. So Sam Bairstow, I think, is a good target. He can get absolutely scorching hot on the putting greens and has some nice upside with the ball striking as well. Anyone else in the 7K range, I think, is a good idea. Alex Smalley, he made it happen through 2 rounds of the ISCO, then really faltered. Zach Blair, runner-up at the ISCO last week with a late charge. 1 start here, T35. Down for Toasty. I like Toasty when he's cheap, and I like Toasty in birdie fests. I don't worry about the form at all. Hopefully he goes really overlooked this week because at $7,300, he can finish inside the top 5 with ease. So 7K range, I don't really love it. I don't mind Brandon Wu or Bob Shells down at 7K, 7-1. Parker Cootie, I tried to get cute and play Parker last week, but it didn't really work. And then from there, the 7K range is pretty weak, except for Hayden Buckley. Hayden Buckley. I really like. I'm going to ride the Hayden Buckley train this week. I like what I'm seeing from him. He's made the cut last week, was kind of up there on Friday, down for some Hayden Buck. So those are the 7K plays. 6K plays, not going to go crazy deep into it because I will be doing a 6K show on this event probably within the next hour and a half. So stay tuned for the 6K plays. But I don't mind Justin Suh. He shot 7 under in round 1 of. You know what's so funny? Peter Malnati is a PGA Tour winner, and he's $6,900 in this field. He won the Valspar this year. So Justin Suh shot 7 under in round 1 of the ISCO, and then ended up missing the cut because the cut was 8 under and he shot over par. But that's the first good thing we've seen from Justin Suh in a long time. So if he's showing some decent things, I'm down for some Suh. Who else do I like in this 7K range? Andrea Pavan, he is a DP World Tour who can gain strokes on approach. DP World Tour player who can gain strokes on approach. Jaden Shaper can make a million putts at $6,800. And then down from there, I don't want to get too deep into it, like I said, because I'm going to have a deeper dive. Yeah, okay, Gunnar Weeby's playing really good on the DP World Tour, which is a super inside baseball take and a super inside baseball bullet at $6,300. I think he's made 3 of his last 4 cuts in the DP World Tour, 2 of his last 3, and he was contending on Sunday. I forget what event it was. It was the week before Italy. He was in the lead on Sunday. So definitely down for some Gunnar Weebs at $6,300. So stay tuned. A ton more content coming. I got the 6K plays for both the Barracuda and for the Open. That's coming very soon. I got the $5,000 the cannons for the Cuda Champ, and then quite possibly some final thoughts. So just stay tuned. Content coming. DM me with any questions. You know where to find me. Peace out. Catch you soon.